Let's talk the Kuzma. What's the news we're hearing here? So I think it's definitely interesting to see like Kyle Kuzma, who similar to Lowry Markkinen, is just always been in the rumors, and they're just like saying, "No, you're gonna have to give us a big deal." And obviously, I think Mikal Bridges contract. I mean, not Mikal Bridges, but Mikal Bridges' value is not Kyle Kuzma value. I think that's more Lowry Markkinen value. However, I think a DeJounte Murray trade is what Kyle Kuzma goes for, which is likely multiple first round picks for the Wizards or players of that caliber. Now, Kyle Kuzma is owed only $64 million over the next 3 seasons, and it is a descending contract. Kyle Kuzma's contract is viewed as a highly attractive asset to teams across the league, and he's a multi-positional player who can put up stats on a bad team or can be a really good role player on a championship team, like when he won a ring with the Lakers. Now, he's a contract that teams like as they want to improve in the short term while improving their preserving the financial flexibility to round out the roster, similarly to how like the New York Knicks have done. Kuzma has improved his scoring efficiency and playmaking for others while routinely being the top cover on opposing scouting reports. The 7-year NBA veteran averaged 22 points, 4 assists, 46% from the field, and 77% from the free throw line. Now, the Kings are a team that have consistently called, but they keep offering Harrison Barnes and Kevin Huerter, and the Wizards keep hanging up the phone as a result. So it makes you wonder what is and will that trade or what will that trade look like if they do. I think Kuzma stays, and I just think it's just looking like this is a guy that, especially with the Wizards, how they're going, I just don't think they want to like let their team just look abysmal out there, and they want their players to have people out there. And right now, if you look at it, Jonas Valanciunas, Alex Sarr, Kyle Kuzma, Corey Kesper, Jordan Poole, with Carlton Carrington, Malcolm Brogdon, Landry Shamet, Bilal Coulibaly, Rashawn Holmes, Marvin Bagley, and Keyshawn George, Pat Baldwin, and Jared Butler is not a bad, like, there's worse teams out there is all I'm saying. So I think they're continuing to be patient, and they're not going to feel forced to have to trade him. So just expect, obviously them to not to do anything brash or crash. I don't even know. I think it's brash. But what would you guys do if you guys were the Washington Wizards? Would you guys go ahead and trade Kuzma at this point? I feel like his value is going to remain high, and that they'll be able to trade him down the road regardless if they think that they have to trade him right now. But I'm definitely curious to hear your guys' thoughts on that. It's just Kuzma being the type of player that he is. I think he's just going to be coveted at least from now. Like, his value will remain the same regardless of his season next year, from here to next year. And I think that's a fine bet, and I think his value could get even higher by the trade deadline if they wanted, because teams will be desperate to add a player like him because of his contract. It's one that you could add mid-season where it wouldn't fluster your roster. Like, you could trade for Kyle Kuzma for a similar package you gave up for Grant Williams, maybe a little bit more draft pick compensation.